One more thing that I need to show you in these projects. Sometimes security gets set, and although these projects tend to work for me on my home computer and will work for you most likely on your home computer, when you're running over a network, things tend to be a little different. And to take care of that problem, you have to lower the protection levels, because these projects are made to come in with the maximum security for a network. So if you go to your project menu here, and you drop the menu down, and you go down to the project properties, down at the bottom of that project menu, the project properties page comes up, and we've seen this page before. Generally, it's on the applications page, and this, of course, is where you go right here in this area, basically to set up, your splice screens. Okay. The first thing you need to be concerned about here is, well, let me show you a few things around this one first of all. Some of us have been having trouble that when we close the start screen, it closes the whole program, and that's because of this little line right here. When startup form closes, that's when the whole thing shuts down. You can change that by simply dropping down and going to when last form closes, shut down. That tends to make a little better program. So I'd suggest coming back to this screen and changing this also. All right. Now, the next area of concern is right in here, assembly information. You open that up. If you wanted to, you could here change a title for the assembly title. Puts a copyright in there for you automatically. Puts a version. Some people have qualms about having a version 1 on anything, and so they always change this to version 2 or version 3. But here's the important part, right down here at the bottom, neutral language. This will give you problems with input boxes from time to time. So it's best to come in and simply come down here to English, and you'll see there are several English lines, and we're looking for English United States, and setting that and saying OK. So that's another setting you should do. On the front page, therefore, there's 3 settings that you're concerned with. There's the setting of the startup, there's the setting of the assembly information, and there's the setting of when the form shuts down, what causes the form to shut down. This splash screen is used for special splash screens. You saw a special one they had brought up there, and using those, you don't have as much control over them. So that's why I haven't taught you how to use those. There's some other problems with them. Now let's go to this tab right here, Security. I'm on the Security tab. I click. The first thing we notice is that in the Security tab, Enable Click Once Security is not clicked. This is a special type of security that Microsoft has come up with to keep people from accessing certain parts of your computer and to make your runs and your programs more secure. So what we're going to do is we're going to click it, and when we do that, that lights up the 2 items underneath it. One says this is a full trust application, and you can just leave it like that and that turns everything on. Not the best idea, although you can if you want to. That simplifies everything and you're done. I prefer going to this one. Now I light up the whole business down here, so local internet, and this is my zone of installation. You'll notice there's 2 zones here. There's the internet, there's a custom, and then there's the local. We're going on the local intranet. Intranet means within, and that's where we're working on a local intranet. And some of the areas that you really want to include would be this one, file permission. And another one that you need to look at is reflection permission. Now, reflection permission deals with input boxes and things of that sort. It's on and working, but there's a small change you have to make in it. And the file permissions will probably stop you from doing input-output on this most recent project we're doing. So let's go and turn the file permissions on first. I drop down, I include, and you'll notice a little yellow marker comes up. It's a warning. It says you're about ready to click this thing. It requires an elevated permission level in the program you're doing, and as a result, you're putting yourself in a little danger here. Well, can't be helped. We're going to have to do it. I'm going to turn on the properties just to show you what the property screen looks like on this. And if you look at this property screen here, you'll see I've granted Assembly's unrestricted access to the file system. That's going to enable me to read-write. Now I could go up in this section up here and choose exactly what paths, what files, and what permissions I give to those files. But then it'd only limit me to certain files. And maybe in some cases that's what you want to do. In our case, we're going to grant everything. Okay. Now let's take a look at this other one, reflection permission. Well, it's already on. It's default. Let's go look at the properties, though. We have to make a slight change in those properties. Okay. And here are the permission settings for the properties. And the things that's required in the input box, and I found this by going out on the internet and checking the problem that we were having with the input box, and that's this member information. Member information is needed. It has to be, the assemblies have to be able to discover information. So that's the one we'll turn on, just like that. Now, of course, we could grant unrestricted down here. You see right here at the bottom, unrestricted permission. But again, you're opening everything up to them. We're going to keep type information secret for now. Okay. Then we click OK. And at that point, we should save everything in our project. And we can now compile our project and get successful reads and writes.